Remember the foreclosure crisis? Back in 2007, when the first tremors of subprime failure began to reverberate throughout financial markets, foreclosures were on everybody's mind.
NBC News in depth. Tonight, the growing housing crunch.
Borrowers are getting caught in the middle of the biggest mortgage crisis in decades.
Listen to this number on mortgage foreclosures in this country. They're up 93% nationwide last month from the same period last year. This situation is dire. Tonight, there are now hard numbers that would further indicate a real foreclosure crisis in this country.
That was in 2007. We don't hear so much about foreclosures anymore, but that doesn't mean they've gone away. In fact, as the coverage has ebbed, the actual problem has surged. According to Reality Track, which publishes a database of foreclosures, 75% of the nation's top metro areas posted increasing foreclosures in the first half of 2010. In the first half of 2010, more than 1.6 million properties received foreclosure filings, and that's an 8% increase in total properties from the first 6 months of 2009, which puts us on pace to top 3 million filings this year. Now, foreclosures are what you might call a lose-lose-lose situation. It's the worst kind of outcome for everyone involved. Homeowners lose their homes and have to suffer dislocation. Banks end up owning a piece of property they don't want. And neighbors see their property values depressed because they're on a block with a foreclosed home. Everyone agrees that this is a worst-case scenario. And in March of 2009, the Obama administration set aside $50 billion of TARP money to launch the Home Affordable Modification Program, or HAMP, which was their solution to the problem. The website states that, quote, if you can no longer afford to make your monthly loan payments, you may qualify for a loan modification to make your monthly mortgage payment more affordable. HAMP is supposed to keep families in their homes by inducing banks to modify mortgages and make them affordable. But that's not what happened. 16 months later, the HAMP program is a disaster. In fact, it may just be the single biggest failure of the Obama administration. Last Wednesday, at the Senate Finance Committee hearing on the TARP update, Iowa Republicans Senator Chuck Grassley described the problem like this.
In a program that Treasury said would result in 3 to 4 million modifications, there have been only 340,000 permanent. In fact, there have been 430,000 failed trial modifications, meaning failed modifications vastly outnumber successful ones. Moreover, Treasury still has not established performance goals or benchmarks for the program, meaning that there's no effective way for us to know whether this $50 billion program is accomplishing intended purposes. That's not accountability, that's not transparency, and it's just more taxpayers' money flying out the window.
Last time I was on the show 3 weeks ago, I spoke about people who owe more money on their home than it's worth, which is called being underwater. That's why I'm wearing the snorkel mask there. Those people who are underwater are more or less the people HAMP is designed to help, and there are 3 ways it promises to do so. First, it gets lenders to lower the interest rate, which is fine, but it only means you're still paying interest on a loan that is too big, which is like handling the homeowner some scuba gear. You can breathe, but you're still underwater. Second way is by extending the term of the loan, which is like giving a homeowner a snorkel. You can stay underwater longer and longer and longer, but eventually you need to come up for air and live your life. And third, the program can reduce the principal of the loan, which is actually like pulling a homeowner up and out of the water and onto dry land. The problem? Because the administration has put no requirements on what the banks need to do, most of the modifications aren't reducing the principal. That's optional, and banks are opting out because they're already raking in big bucks and see no need to write down big chunks of loans on overvalued homes. But it's not just that HAMP is not solving the problem. It's actively making it worse. According to Huffington Post business reporter Shaheen Nasirpour, more homeowners have been bounced from HAMP than have received permanent relief. Last month, analysts at Fitch Ratings projected that as many as 75% of HAMP modifications will ultimately result in redefault despite the lower monthly payments. If you talk to anyone who's actually interfaced with the program, you're likely to hear horror stories about a bureaucratic nightmare in which they were forced to jump through hoops that never actually resulted in much real help. The White House often argues that its policy failures are the result of obstructionist Republicans or a non-compliant Congress, but they can't lay this at the feet of anyone but themselves. They appropriated $50 billion to administer the HAMP program, so this is totally on them. And rather than helping homeowners, what they have done is throw them to the tender mercies of the banks. Barack Obama famously got his start as a community organizer on the south side of Chicago, an area that has been decimated by foreclosures. If the 25-year-old Barack Obama were around to see this, I think he'd be disgusted.